My name is Luvuyo Yanta. And today's story is called How to Be a Superhero. Hey! Hello! Utimo lived in a small village surrounded by mountains, green fields, and beautiful forests. But his favorite place of all was the park. There he would run around like a superhero, and he felt like a superhero. He would jump on the jungle gym and spun on the merry-go-round. One day, Timo came back from school, changed out of his school uniform, ate a delicious sandwich made by his grandmother for him, and then he did his homework. After that, he rushed outside, shouting, "Granny, Granny, it's playtime!" His grandmother said, "Timo, don't you want me to read you a story from my storybook?" He said to her, No, Granny, it's time to explore and play." He was saying this whilst he was running towards the gate where his friends were waiting for him. His grandmother said to him, "But Timo, you can learn a lot from stories. Stories can take you to places you've never seen before." Timo just giggled. "No, Granny, stories can never do that. Only cars can take you to places." When he got next to the gate, he saw his friend. One day, him and his best friend, Ben, raced down the road and up the road, down the road and up the road. On the way to the park, they were running. And when they got closer, they realized that it was quiet. They got a bit closer. It was still quiet. Got closer again. It was still quiet. They looked up and they saw their two friends. Their eyes were wide open. They looked worried. And next to them was Pamela. She was crying. Her knee was bleeding. Timo and Ben got closer and they asked them, "Guys, what's wrong? What happened?" Norma answered, "Usiya Lona, who's next to me, pushed Pamela too hard on the swing. She fell, bruised her knee, and now she is bleeding." Pamela was crying. They all didn't know what to do except for Nati. Nati said, guys, wait." She pulled out her bag, and inside her bag she pulled out a small bag with a red cross. Can you friends guess what that small bag was? White, red cross on it. Yes, it was a first aid kit. She pulled out a first aid kit from her bag, cleaned Pamela's knee and put a plaster on it. Immediately, Pamela felt better and she said, "Guys, I think I'm ready to play again." Everyone was happy. They ran around, played on swings, they were spinning on the merry-go-round, climbing on the jungle gym, except for Timo. He was wondering, how did Norma know how to help Pamela? How did Norma know all about this information? He approached her, walked towards her while she was still playing, and asked, "Norma, how did you know how to help Pamela?" "I read stories, silly. I read it from a storybook." "You read it from a storybook?" He wasn't sure whether he could believe her. And she said, "When I'm older, I want to be a doctor. So I read a lot of stories that tell me how doctors help people." Utimo thought, I want to be a superhero now so that I can help people and my friends. Can stories help me do that?" Norma said to him, "Yes. All you need to do is to go to the library and start reading." Timo thought this was a brilliant idea. He would definitely do that. The next day, he came back from school, changed out of his school uniform, ate a delicious sandwich made for him by his grandmother, did his homework, and as he was about to sit down, his grandmother said, "Timo, your friends are waiting for you at the gate." He said to his grandmother, "Granny, please tell them I'll join them later." His grandmother was surprised. Timo was never like this. He always wanted to go and play after eating his food and doing his homework. "But why?" "Because I want you to read me a story, Granny." His granny was still shocked, surprised and amazed by this. And Timo said, "When we were playing at the park yesterday, Norma helped Pamela. Her knee was bruised and it was bleeding. She knew exactly what to do because she was reading stories. And so I would like you to read me a story, Granny, please, from your storybook." His grandmother said to him, "All right, my boy, settle down." They sat down together. His grandmother took out a book and from her storybook read him a story. Once upon a time, she read him that story, and another story, and another story, and another. And from that day onwards, when Timo came back from school, he would change out of his school uniform, ate his delicious sandwich made for him by his grandmother. He would do his homework, and before he went to the park, they both sat down and read stories. They would laugh together. He would ask questions. He was so happy that he gained so much information, so much knowledge. He had been to places he's never seen before, and all that from just reading stories from his grandmother's storybook. He was so happy. Every afternoon, they both giggled from the stories they were reading for each other. The end.